Many people recognize dogs as very protective animals. When a dog owner became pregnant, she was surprised at her dog's reaction. She wouldn't stop barking, and finally she discovered the shocking reason for this strange behavior. Continue watching to discover special meaning. Many animals are sensitive to their environment, and dogs are no exception. Dogs have been shown to have the ability to recognize the slightest change in the energy of the environment. This is especially the case when a woman is pregnant. Alhana Butler and her Ricky, her fiancé, couldn't be happier when they found out she was pregnant. They had long wanted to start a family together. The journey to get pregnant was not an easy one. However, that dream of theirs would finally come true. Before the pregnancy, Alhana had already fed her maternal instinct through her dog, Kyola. She was a very docile dog, always well behaved. However, when she realized that Alhana was pregnant, she became even more gentle than she already was. After a few months, things started to change. The dog not only would hit Alhana's belly non-stop, but she would also begin barking. In particular, she would bark at her owner's belly. It was strange and so different coming from a puppy, which made Alhana initially quite surprised. However, she chose to ignore the strange behavior, or at least she tried. Several weeks passed, and Alhana's pregnancy was going well until she discovered it wasn't. She felt a pain starting in her back, so sudden and sharp that it affected her ability to walk. She wasted no time telling Ricky, as she was afraid it had something to do with her pregnancy. The two rushed to the hospital, hoping her unborn child was okay. When doctors examined her, they assured her there didn't seem to be any problems. It was usual for pregnant women to experience back pain due to the weight of carrying a baby. Alhana's symptoms did not seem out of the ordinary, trusting the judgment of the medical professionals. Ricky and Alhana decided to return home soon after. Once home, Anna went on Facebook to chat with her friends and shared her situation, telling everyone about the strange behavior. However, her friends warned her not to ignore her dog, as her instincts could have detected something weird. Finally, Alhana spoke to her mother, who advised her to return to the hospital. After all those conversations, Alhana decided to listen to her mother's advice and return to the doctors, only to be faced with shocking news. Stay tuned till the end to find out what happened to Alhana and the doctor's diagnosis. Golden Retriever with a heart of gold. In China, another example of a loyal dog showing his protective side regarding his owner's pregnant belly. This dog's name is Dan Dan, and he is Xiao Ai's 2-year-old Golden Retriever. This 25-year-old woman was about 6 months pregnant when she posted a video of her dog close to her acting as her guardian. The video ended up going viral online. As you can see, Xiao Ai is standing in front of a full-length mirror showing her bulging belly. Dan Dan's face shows he is taking his role as protector very seriously. His owner even says in the video, "I am 24 weeks pregnant, now he is my dog and he is taking this pregnancy more seriously than I am." She ends up commenting about his facial expression, saying, "He's always around and showing me this cute little face. He is highly alert whenever anyone comes near me." Apparently, before her pregnancy, Dan Dan was a very playful puppy that always made a mess. He was not very concerned about his owner's safety or well-being. However, when she became pregnant, everything changed. In fact, she couldn't even exercise in peace anymore. Her dog puts his leg on top of her whenever she tries to exercise, as if to tell her that she should not move too much. He sits with me on the sofa and sometimes put his head on my belly. It's the cutest thing ever, Xiao said. She would have never imagined that her super playful and mischievous dog would turn out to be so severe and careful ever since she felt the baby inside her owner's belly. Dan Dan's protective instincts took over. Similarly to the previous story, a woman and her husband recorded the moment their dog realized her owner was pregnant and posted it online. Soon after this TikTok video received a few million views. The dog's reaction touched the hearts of many people. In the video, his wife is calmly sitting on the couch. His female pit bull Nova is standing over her, with her 2 front paws and legs placed protectively under her owner's waist. Nova and his wife lean toward each other with their heads pressed against each other. Ryan is laughing behind the camera, and then he asks, "Nova, what are you doing?" The pregnant wife kisses Nova's head, discovering that her dog's reaction is endearing. "Nova, what are you doing?" Ryan asked for the second time, "Are you protecting me?" Nova then places her forehead on his wife's torso, tilting her head as if she can smell something inside her owner's belly. The wife gently strokes Nova's head. Many internet users loved Nova's reaction, and several shared their own similar experiences. Someone even pointed out that Nova's body language indicates that she feels dominant, but by leaning her head over her owner's belly, she demonstrates that she will protect the ever-present baby. In 2002, David and Alicia Sherhart adopted an 8-week-old puppy that they fell in love with immediately. The puppy, Marley, was their best friend. David looked back remembering Marley and said he was a great dog from the beginning. He was very gentle and compassionate. Even though the pair appreciated Marley, they had no idea that the dog would save Alicia and their unborn child's lives. In 2014, Marley joined the couple on a hike on San Diego's Bethel Mountain. At the time, Alicia was 4 months pregnant with a baby girl that the couple would later name Madeline. This mountain hike ended up getting steeper as they approached the top, so Alicia decided to get a stick to use as support while walking. As she bent down, Marley suddenly pulled away from David. The dog ran to where Alicia's hand was digging and scratched the area. Initially, David thought Marley was exploring the ground. However, he took a few steps closer and realized that there was a coiled rattlesnake. Because of Marley's actions, the snake slithered away. Later that day, when the couple returned home, they were thrilled. They reflected on how bad the day could have been, but since they were ultimately lucky, Marley's protective instincts ultimately saved their lives. Although Marley passed away before he met Madeline, Alicia and David have never forgotten how their dog saved Madeline's life. It's incredible to think about how a dog's one act of courage can impact someone's life in the future. This final story is very similar to the first. The lives of a pregnant woman and her baby were saved through the constant barking of a dog. Louis, a golden Dudley who was only 1 year old at the time, turned out to be a hero to his owners. One day, the granddaughter Janelle was not feeling well, so she decided to take some time off. At the time, Janelle was 26 weeks pregnant, so it was customary to feel some fatigue and aches. She went upstairs, eager to get into bed. Her husband Richard was busy cleaning the house. They just celebrated Janelle's 28th birthday. When he heard the dog barking the first time, he ignored it, thinking Louis would just stop listening to something outside. However, Louis's barking didn't stop. Realizing that the dog was agitated, Richard approached him to find out why he was causing such a stir. Louis's barking was not for nothing. When Richard entered the room, he found Louis standing on the bed barking at the window. The wife was having a seizure. Richard immediately called the emergency room and Janelle was taken to the hospital. When they arrived at the hospital, the doctors performed a C-section to deliver the baby. Their daughter Charlotte and Mary were born the following day. Richard and Janelle expressed their gratitude to the emergency professionals, but the head doctor stressed that they should also focus on the dog. Dr. Peter Wrong stated, "In my opinion, this puppy is a real hero." Going back to Elhana's story, it turned out that her instincts were right. The woman had a double kidney infection. If they had not detected it, her life would have been at risk. With this news, the doctors finally acted and gave her the necessary treatment. After that, her kidney was healthy again, and she gave birth shortly after. Her labor was uneventful. Elhana gave birth to a baby boy that she and Ricky named Lincoln. Eventually, the family returned home where Keola was waiting, and she instantly connected with the boy. Lincoln was basically a brother to her. It was thanks to her that both Elhana and Lincoln were safe. What a magnificent ending to this story. Did you also think Elhana should have listened to the dog's barking? What would you have done in her situation? It's nice to know that everything turned out in the best possible way and that the family is now happy and healthy. Dogs are susceptible animals. One lesson from all this is that if they start acting out of the ordinary, it can be helpful to understand why.